Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Let me have a sip from my Severin Grizzly cup. And play with my little Grizzly action figure from Grizzly while I flick my pen of William Girdler.
Why are you on my ass?
You can't just say the title. Grizzly! This is the 1976 nature run-amok creature feature directed by William Girdler, who also directed Asylum of Satan, 3 on a Meat Hook, Abby, Day of the Animals, and The Manitou. It is also the second in the line of American Jaws ripoffs. The first being Shark Kill, which predated this by a day. And it's technically this film's 50th anniversary this year, so happy anniversary, you grizzly bastard. Also, check out my review for Shark Kill, which I previously did. I'll leave a link to it up here and probably at the end of this video.
Well, there's something I'm not doing.
You're not reviewing this movie.
The plot. A nature park has been chosen to be an all-you-can-eat buffet for a massive grizzly bear. You win! Now it's up to a park ranger, a wildlife expert, and a pilot to stop the man-eating menace. While Shark Kill took a few inspirations from the year's prior summer blockbuster, Grizzly paws at the success and carves its own way into victory. It took major plot points and character elements from Jaws and utilized them here, and it is glorious. It's a very cozy flick. It's got that, how do I describe it? It's got a good vintage manly adventure feel to it. Everything from the park lodge, which has expensive wine for reasonable prices, to the thick wilderness where campers go to be carefree and don't expect to be on the menu for the next grizzly attack. Don't worry, the bear's only 15 feet tall, unlike the poster which is 18 feet tall, even though neither size is that good for a human being. Posters lied way more back then about what they had in their film. They still do, but it was pretty intense back then. This movie is a clone of that one shark movie that is my favorite movie of all time, and it's not ashamed to wear it on its sleeve. The sleeve may be a few inches too thick, but it's still going to wear the hell out of it. And before we move on to the characters, I do want to spotlight William Girdler. In the span of his career from 1972 to 1978, he made 9 films. They were mostly low-budget trash rip-off schlock, as well as some psychedelic trips of terror. But he always managed to pin down one thing perfectly. Whatever style or atmosphere he was going for the film he was doing, he nailed the tone. Farmhouse Fright? Make it a grindhouse slaughter shocker that doesn't hold back and lives up to the title. Religious thriller? Combine elements of religious horror with blaxploitation. Wilderness worry? Make it a graphic adventure thriller. He got the product out there and ripped off whoever he could to make a buck, but he did it well. Honestly, I'm surprised Universal didn't sue the hell out of him for this film, like Warner Brothers did for Abby for ripping off The Exorcist. This is a blatant ripoff of Jaws. Have I mentioned that already or no? I think I did, yeah.
You just said the wrong thing.
It is also the second in the line of American Jaws ripoffs.
How we gonna get him back?
As his career was really taking off, he was scouting an area in the Philippines for a sci-fi epic he was going to make called The Overlords. His helicopter crashed, and he died in the accident. Rest easy. He was basically Corman with more notoriety sometimes. God, Grizzly made like twice as much as Piranha, so there's that. The characters we have: Kelly, played by the late, great Christopher George, from The Exterminator, City of the Living Dead, and pieces, is the head park ranger. The park itself is never given an actual name, but it was filmed in Clayton, Georgia, so we'll just go with that. He's a raspy yet smooth-spoken and cool yet reliable leader. He feels absolutely terrible for what's going on, and at every attack that happens, he feels even worse. And Christopher George's performance is, to say, at the very least, intense.
You don't give a good goddamn if we get that Grizzly or not. As long as you get your press. Get out! Up yours.
You feel how drained he is. Say what you will about Roy Scheider in Jaws, who gave an excellent performance as a hopeless, defeated lawman. Christopher George, he doesn't feel hopeless. He feels defeated, but determined to kill that damn grizzly bear. He is going to be the one to do it. He doesn't have to hire someone, he just has people go out with him. And that's not to say Christopher George's performance is better than Roy Scheider's. I'm just noting a couple things. Still, both their performances are solid. What the hell am I saying? Dawn, played by Andrew Prine from 1976's The Town That Dreaded Sundown, and Glass Trap, is to put it lightly, a helicopter hippie, a passive pilot.
I know that my opinion don't mean too much, but I think that if we get any further encroachment on these park areas, we're going to destroy the natural beauty of what you're looking at.
He has a deep respect for the land and doesn't want anyone to bulldoze over it. Not that they're going to, but they do keep on building places for this resort and park, and they are pushing things out of the wilderness because of that. It's also one of the reasons they say the bear is where it is and why it's there. Don has some smooth talking lines that I found endearing and entertaining. He plays the character well. Andrew Prine actually wrote the Native American Indian story for the film, so that's really cool. It's only a writing credit. It's a very small credit, but it's there. And apparently his character is supposed to be Native American, given how the story he tells ends.
It's just raring around, tearing up Indians.
Pretty hard to believe.
Unless you happen to be one of them Indians.
Scotty, played by Richard Jekyll from The Green Slime, and 1976's Jaws of Death, which is a review I plan to do soon. Another glorious Jaws ripoff that came out with the wave of Jaws. Anyway, Scott is a wildlife expert. He's introduced in the film as someone who is trying to get close to deer, like he's been practically living with them. The scene where he's introduced is rather humorous because of that. Not really living with them, you know what I mean. He's been following them, close by.
Kelly, do you know what you just did? I had a whole family of deer up here. I've been following him, living with him, and you scared him off.
That introduction kind of gives you a feel of how his character is. He's in tune with nature, but a bit crazy. He tries to stop the bear and isn't against killing it. Not only to the park animals' lives, but human life. He knows right from wrong, but smart and dumb are something else entirely to him. Allison, played by Joan McHale, is one of the writers, actually, for Grizzly 2. She co-wrote it with David Sheldon, who was one of the co-writers on this film.
Why don't you write a how-to book? How to avoid responsibility.
Oh, hell.
She is the daughter of a owner and manager of one of the park lodges, or the park lodge. She's also up there taking photographs, which she does, and not much else. She does stumble upon a dead body that was pretty close by to where everyone else was looking for it, but still, I mean, I think the scene was just edited that way so that it looked like to make it look like they were all close, but I think the scene was supposed to go on for longer, and it would establish that she walked pretty far. Kittredge, played by Joe Dorsey, is the park manager. He practically owns that place. He hasn't made it a part of him, but he owns it. He and Kelly are constantly at odds, always butting heads. He won't let Kelly do anything to actually stop the bear. He wants it dead, but not with the ways that Kelly is suggesting, which are not too outlandish. They're just not in line with the profit margins of the park. Bear! Bear! Shark! I'm a bear!
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. 2 young women were savagely killed last night by what the local authorities believe to be a large bear.
Chris and Joe play well off each other. It made me wonder if they were actually not friends on set, or if it was just really well done performances, because it was that convincing. I'm sure they had a good laugh.
You hide everything behind that tight jaw. One day, it's gonna break. See, it's cracking already.
It's got a good cast with solid main leads and that park owner. Great cast, great acting. The swearing, the shouting, the screaming. It's all PG rated. Speaking of things that make this shocking that it's rated PG are the gore, the effects. We get severed limbs galore, face slashing, body ravaging. A horse gets fucking decapitated. Blood here, blood there. A kid gets his leg ripped off. Blood everywhere. Bear hugs for all. I think Grizzly is even grislier than Jaws. Pun intended. The effects are a bit crude at times. The gore looks pretty good. The bear is brought to life by stock footage, a puppet arm, I guess, or just an arm sleeve with claws on it, and a guy in a bear costume. It's hidden well with quick edits, but it is a bit noticeable at times. For the motion picture soundtrack, this is my Robert O. Ragland Grizzly soundtrack score on CD. It's a limited edition of 500 units, so it was not easy to come by. I'm so happy to have it. I love it. Robert O. Ragland, who also composed Abby, Sharks' Treasure, however you say that name, and Q the Winged Serpent, composed the music for this film, and at first you're like, what the frig is this? The music doesn't fit the opening scene at all. I mean, it should be way more foreboding, not as cheery as it is. But as the film goes on and certain things get more serious, you're starting to hear music where it's like, okay, I see the Jaws influences there, but it still works. It's still atmospheric and intense. There's heavy use of trumpet, harp, and violins that really sell the experience. Tracks like Kelly's Midnight Plan and the incorrectly titled Scotty's Ancient Indian Story are very good tracks. That last one is so off. Scotty didn't tell the story, Dawn did, and it happened when he was little. So it's not ancient.
It's funny how a fella kind of goes up and down like some kind of yo-yo. I'm getting ready to kill again. I can't hardly wait.
Overall, I was around 13 or 14 when I first saw this film. I remember it like it was yesterday. So we ordered this on Amazon. It was the Streak Show DVD. I don't have that anymore, but it was still a lot of fun to watch on there. And there was 30 days for it to arrive. Day 29 came. We're like, we just might have to put in for a refund. Day 30 came, and guess what the hell was in that mailbox? Of all the days. And it was just great to open that and be like, fuck yes, finally! 30 days of waiting, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. This, orca, piranha, Planet of Dinosaurs, Prophecy, Alligator were all part of my youth. There were other creature features too, but I really loved the 70s and 80s creature features, especially the Jaws ripoff. So it was just different takes on the same story, but I loved it. And looking back on it now, I don't regret anything of it. This was a fun romp that cost around $750,000 and made close to $37 million. It was the highest grossing independent film until Halloween came by and took its thunder away 2 years later. It is really wild how much this film takes from its source material, Jaws. And it's quite insane how they did not get into legal trouble with it. Basically, Jaws with claws. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I have been your host, Brian Gatto. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page. Also hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And as always, 18 feet of towering subscribe. Birds?
I made believe I was having an affair, and that turned around.